Hey, Aly Bug here, hanging out with Pawpaw. He's gonna show us his tool belt.
Now,
Show us what you got, Pawpaw.
let me get this old belt on. Get my old, you ready?
Ready.
My old tool belt. I keep it all. Notice it's limber. I keep getting asked questions after questions. What is this reel? What is this for? What does it do? How does it work? This reel is strictly for wire. I haven't opened it in a while. Give me a second. I believe she'll work. There she goes. I keep it all, people. You see that roll of wire? All right. It comes in rolls. You slap it down in there, pull it out through here, put your lid back on it, and your lid rolls backwards. See? Now, when you got it on, if this wire is put in upside down, it'll feed through the top. And what happens, your reel will open and the wire falls out. Then you got a hell of a mess.
Because of the way the top
Yeah,
is.
so you got to feed it out through the bottom. Now here's the thing, you see how it cuts grooves in that reel? See the grooves cut? That's where this pad comes in. This pad right here, when you put your belt on with the reel in place, all right? That lowers the reel right here on me. That lowers your reel down on your hip. Instead of being uphill on your belt, it's downhill on your hip. When you start feeding that wire out, when you start feeding your wire out, it comes out. See? Now if it's up here, you're feeding down. You're pulling the wire down.
And cutting
And
into it.
you'll wind up with reel split all the way back to here sometimes.
Oh, wow.
I went through 3 of them.
Can I feel the wire?
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
Okay, it's just smooth.
That's why I went through 3 reels before I realized gotta stop that. That not only pads your hip, I mean, if your ironworkers had their hip broke, if they fall and that reel jams in, the pad stops that.
What union were you with?
623.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You got to put it on the same hook.
Let me come around where you can see it. All right. You'll ride low. It rides low. It's not up here. When I pull that wire, look, see where my hand is? See how easy that wire comes out? It's not dragging on the reel.
It comes out from the bottom.
Yeah, but it's not dragging on the bottom of the reel.
Okay.
When I'm tying and pulling, see how easy it moves? All right. If that reel is up here, I'm tying, I'm pulling down. And look, it's not a lot of friction or a lot of weight. But try that 30, 40 times a minute, 8 hours a day, jerking that wire. What you do is you cut your reel all to pieces. Now, this is actually an electrician's belt, climbing belt, okay? I modified it. I went down to the leather shop and talked to him. Here's my tape. There's my keel for marking my rods. That's the one I usually use. That's the one I use regular, right there. All luck and dribbling.
Wow.
Okay? Now here's my babies. Everybody laughs at my pliers. Notice, people said, did you ever use a spring-loaded reel? The pliers? No, I don't need them. See that? Actually, they're set up for a spring. See the hole? I took the spring out. I can work them faster with my hands than a spring. Now, you see this? The pliers ride back on your hands. See? That way you don't lose them. The handle's right about there. That extends your handle. You're riding those pliers.
Just some piece of hose pipe?
Yeah, that way you can work them and control them.
So you just keep it like well oiled and clean? That's how you keep them like that?
Those pliers are all to the max, look. And you
That's
notice
nice.
there's no notches, nothing. These pliers cut nothing but this number 9 wire right there.
Jay, somebody asked, how do you load the reel?
That's what I'm doing right now.
He just showed us.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it, people.
Can I ask a question about this?
Yeah,
Is this more crayon or chalk?
it's a yellow chalk, baby.
It's a chalk.
You see there? It feeds in. Look, when it wears down, you just slide it out further and further. Put it back where you want it. Close it up. This is an extremely fast way to mark your rods. You just jerk your rule out, make your mark, and start tying. You keep your rule. I even arm my rule. I mean, it's fast.
How old is this?
Oh Lord, I haven't worn it in over 20 years. I haven't put it on and wore it and worked it, but it was over 20 years. But if you'll notice, the belt's all over up. I keep it all. I keep this grease. I hadn't even looked at this tape.
Do you grease your tape?
Hmm?
You grease your tape?
I don't usually grease my tape. The problem with a lot of these reels, people, when you're tying rods, you're absolutely working in a sand bed. They're layer of sand. They got visqueen over the sand, but they've got grains. And you're down on your knees, reaching and stretching. Sand gets down in your reel. And pretty soon you watch them ironworkers trying to pull that wire. Ain't gonna happen, people. Look at that.
Purple, whenever you say rods in a sand bed,
Well,
what are you referring to?
all right, you figure you're gonna pour a slab, like this concrete slab in a building. You come in, you pour it up, and you put sand in there and rub it. All right, that's sand. They visqueen on top of the sand. When you're in there tying rods, you're on your knees, reaching and stretching.
Rods like the rebar?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're getting sand in your reel.
Oh, it is green.
Like I said, this reel, I wouldn't even put an age on it. I really wouldn't. But you don't see it cut all the pieces. See how smooth it is? Hadn't been used in 20 years. Okay, I'm back on my ironworking tools. I keep getting questions on how do you load the reel? How do you, what is it for? How do you use it? Well, I'm gonna try. I hadn't got my tripod set up. It's cold outside. I've been working on my bees. But this is my tool bag. Right there. Here's the marker rods, there's the measure amount, and naturally there's my pliers. Now what I'm gonna do, and here's the reel. I'm gonna get the reel off the bucket, lay it out, and show you how it works.